Hello everyone, my name's Mnajula Patel, and together with my colleague Kerry Noonan, we co-authored the chapter on community development and compassionate community. The chapter provides a background to community development and explains the various ways of understanding compassionate communities, including examples from around the world. And this is followed by a short description and discussion about the benefits and challenges of developing compassionate communities. Compassionate communities can best be understood by looking at how death, dying and loss in our communities have changed. Historically, dying at home was considered to be a normal part of community life. Now, with longevity of life, we've become fearful of death, and dying has become less familiar in the community, to the point that dying and grieving has become an isolated and lonely experience for many. One way of understanding compassionate communities is that it involves the interaction of social networks surrounding those who are dying. And the literature has identified three different models of how compassionate communities are being developed. A top-down approach from healthcare services to community is currently the dominant model at the moment. It's a bottom-up approach of naturally occurring compassionate communities. And then the third is probably a hybrid of the two, of organisations and communities working together to respond to the needs within those communities. But within all of those models, community is the main element. So the emergence of community development can be traced back to a time when communities felt disenfranchised and is associated with the inequalities within society. Community development is not a linear approach, it's organic. It evolves over time, it's multifaceted. It involves developing and building lots of different relationships, and it changes over time, but it has many different players. There is no one definition of community development, but there are common principles which include engagement, participation, making the best use of the community assets already in the community, empowerment, building relationships, and control as the ultimate goal. Community development is integral to compassionate communities. With these experiences from around the world and the limited research data that is building, we are building a picture of what compassionate communities look like. And we know that some of the challenges include things like professional boundaries, regulatory constraints, and funding that is mostly directed towards services rather than to the communities. Lastly, we've provided a list of questions for anyone developing compassionate communities that may want to consider. But the main point to take away is that compassionate communities is the interaction of relationships, of family and friends, of social networks, of community members and formal care providers, so that anyone and everyone can be part of a compassionate community wherever we are. So we sincerely hope that you find this chapter useful. Thank you.